Hey guys, today I want to talk about the African American Tarot. I got this tarot deck a couple months back, and it's my first time really looking at the deck. It is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful deck, and I'm going to start working with it. And I highly recommend it because the artwork on this tarot deck is breathtaking. So breathtaking to say the least. So this is it looks like it has sort of like two covers to this. So this is cover number one, and this is sort of like cover number two. So if you see this tarot deck at a store and it has this cover and this cover, it's the same deck. So I remember when I went to a small occult shop where I live, and I saw this in the display case, and it had this cover showing, and I was like, "Do I have that deck?" And because I don't remember him, but whenever I've seen this deck, this has been the cover that I've seen. So I almost thought that I didn't have this deck, but it's like I turned it over, and it's like, oh, I have this deck at home. So that's why I'm going to start working with it, because this is an absolutely beautiful deck. Okay, first, I'm going to go over like maybe 3 cards. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on these cards because the video would be way too long. There are 78 cards in this deck, and I don't think you guys want to hear me ramble for that long. The author of this tarot deck is Jamal R. And it's like Thomas Davis. So it's like it's 2 people who came up with this tarot deck. And I must say they did an awesome job. And from what I remember from the reading that I did, is they want to connect Africans in America and the Americas and in the diaspora back to Africa. So especially when it comes to America, they have some historical people in this tarot deck, and along with those people, they have a lot of folk images that they show you. And I think one of the reasons why they do this, which I think is very smart, is yeah, you can read the tarot deck for a reading for someone, but you can also take it as a history lesson. You can study African American folklore. You can study African folklore. You can study history with this. So it kind of goes hand in hand, from Africans in the diaspora and Africans on the continent. And it kind of, like I said, brings them both together in a beautiful way. And you don't necessarily have to do a tarot reading from this. You can get a history lesson, as I said. Alright, so I'm going to show you some of the cards in this deck, just to show you how beautiful this tarot deck is. And I'm going to go over the ones that sort of like stand out to me more so than others. And let's see. I like some of the warrior cards that they have here. Isn't that really cool? That is awesome. And this card right here, I would say represents danger, because it has laughing hyenas that it looks like they're getting ready to attack this goat here. So I can tell you, even without reading the liner notes here, that yeah, that represents danger. And this one right here, I have a pretty good idea what this is all about. This is death and rebirth, and basically, this card here is a person who just died. It looks like he got thrown from a bull, and he just died, and he's being reborn. If you look up in the corner here, like right up in there, you can see him getting thrown from a bull. So definitely rebirth, definitely here. Alright, so to the next card. let's see. Trying to get the most important cards. The cards that stand out. Here's another warrior card. Isn't that cool? And like I say, each one of these cards have different meanings to them. This card here, this is like my favorite card in the tarot deck. This is, from what I remember, the Demon Eater. Now this card consists of a person with a giant mouth with very, very sharp teeth, and the feet on this card has eyes on it. So isn't that really cool? And I'm guessing that this is the Five of Pentacles. Like I said, this is sort of like my first look, so I might be wrong. I don't think I am, but first look. And I believe that this is Sojourner Truth in the background there, helping someone. It's absolutely beautiful. And this card here is another warrior, and this looks like the Four of Pentacles, or what would usually be the Four of Pentacles in a standard tarot deck. And this is a very awesome Aquarian card right here, the symbolism. If you want a really good melanated deck, I would highly recommend you getting this deck. Okay, trying to see here. I don't want to go over all these cards, but the ones that sort of like stick out to me that I do want to comment on. This one, of course, is Judgment. The people being raised from the dead. This card here is obviously the Moon card. And the moon is accompanied by two laughing hyenas. So we have the hyenas again. And this card right here is really, really awesome. This is sort of like a, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Devil card in this deck. But this is sort of like the Spider-Man, not the superhero, but the actual Spider-Man, a man with a head of a spider. This is obviously labor at the crossroads. And this card here, I would say, is strength. Now, each one of these cards, if I'm not mistaken, they're based on a deity. So each one of these is a deity. So if you buy the tarot deck, then you can look up what deity this is. I'm not going to give you everything here. This is sort of like a first look at this tarot deck. All right. Now, I want to go over a couple of cards here. This is the Fool card. And of course, just like any other tarot deck, you know, it looks like he's about to fall off a cliff. And instead of having like a little dog, he has a monkey here. The monkey, you know, it could be seen as a trickster too. So this is very, very interesting. So he's having a very good time, but he's not looking where he's going, and he's about to fall off the cliff. This card here is the Magician card. I'm going to show this kind of far back because it does have a little bit of nudity here. So just show it farther back so you can't see any other naughty bits. This is really different than the Rider-Waite Magician card. Still has some of the same elements, but it's different. The sword that he has here is a flaming sword. And he has, you know, some of the same elements that a Magician card would have in the Rider-Waite deck, but it's a little bit different, of course. Here we have a card for Oshun. Again, I'm showing it further back because of the nudity rather. And this card here is the Sorcerer, or Sorceress rather. Absolutely beautiful deck. So I definitely recommend you guys to go out and get this deck. It really feels good in your hands when you shuffle the cards and, you know, get ready to do a reading from it. This is the back of the tarot deck, and feels really good to the touch. And I highly recommend you guys going out and getting this deck. If you want a really awesome deck that represents, you know, African American or African spirituality, this would be the deck for you. Alright, so until next time, love is the law, and as always, peace. And I'll see you in the next video.